Hey everybody, welcome back to ChronoVerse, where we dive deep into the world of pop culture, movies, and everything in between. Today, we're tackling a question that's been on every Marvel fan's mind. What if Marvel Studios had the rights to all their characters from the beginning? How would the Marvel Cinematic Universe look today? Let's break it down. As of 2024, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or MCU, remains one of the most successful franchises in entertainment history. But let's be real. Things have changed a lot since the end of the Infinity Saga. So where does the MCU stand right now? First off, we have to talk about Endgame. The conclusion of this epic film marked the end of the Infinity Saga, a storyline that spanned 11 years and 23 films. Since then, Marvel has had a tough time recapturing that same level of excitement. Many fans feel like the narrative has become too sprawling, with new characters and storylines that seem to lack focus. Disney Plus has introduced a whole new dimension to the MCU, but it's also made things more complex. Some fans love the deeper dives into characters, while others feel overwhelmed by the sheer amount of content to keep up with. And let's talk villains. After Thanos, who is arguably one of the best villains in cinema history, the MCU has struggled to find a new big bad with the same impact. Kang the Conqueror seemed to fill that role, but after the drama that ensued with Jonathan Majors and his arrest, Marvel had to pivot. We're still really waiting to see how this next narrative will take shape, but it seems that Doctor Doom will be the next big bad going forward. With Marvel coming out with Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars, Doctor Doom is poised to fill that big role that Marvel has been missing since Thanos. On the bright side, Marvel has made great strides in diversity and representation, including new heroes like Shang-Chi and Miss Marvel, but this shift has also sparked some controversy among fans who feel the MCU is straying from its roots. Despite these challenges, the MCU continues to perform well at the box office. Though, there has been a noticeable dip in the cultural impact and financial success of some recent films. Now, let's shift gears and dive into the hypothetical. What if Marvel had retained the rights to all their characters from the start? Imagine an MCU where Spider-Man, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, they were all key players right from the beginning. Here's how that could have changed everything. Phase 1. Foundation of the Universe. Phase 1 would have looked very different. Instead of Iron Man being the cornerstone of the MCU, Spider-Man would have taken center stage as the most relatable and iconic Marvel hero. The first movie, you ask? Spider-Man: The First Avenger. This would be released in 2008. Spider-Man would be the youthful hero that audiences connect with, setting the tone for the entire universe. The Fantastic Four would follow. Introduced as the first superhero team, Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, would serve as a mentor figure, guiding younger heroes like Spider-Man. Their film would come out in 2011, leading into the first Avengers-style team-up movie. And speaking of the first team-up movie, the MCU's version of the Avengers would bring together Spider-Man, the Fantastic Four, Iron Man, Thor, Hulk, and even the X-Men to face off against none other than Doctor Doom. This would establish Doom as a major villain, giving the MCU a powerful antagonist from the get-go. Phase 2. Expanding the Universe. Moving into Phase 2, the MCU would expand its scope. In 2014, Guardians of the Galaxy would still explore the cosmic side of Marvel, but this time with stronger ties to the Fantastic Four. Meanwhile, X-Men Days of Future Past in 2015 would tackle the social and political implications of mutants, setting up a world where superheroes and mutants coexist but with tension. Then comes Spider-Man's Civil War in 2016. Instead of Tony Stark and Steve Rogers leading the charge, this version of Civil War would focus on Spider-Man's internal conflict. As Spider-Man navigates the battle between freedom and government control, with mutants playing a key role in the story, this would be our main focus. Phase 3. The Galactic Threat. Phase 3 would kick things into high gear with a focus on galactic threats. 2018, the Fantastic Four would lead the charge against Thanos in Fantastic Four: Infinity Quest. But there's a twist. Thanos isn't just after the Infinity Stones. He's trying to harness the power of Galactus, setting up the ultimate showdown. Meanwhile, the X-Men would face their own cosmic challenge in X-Men Dark Phoenix, tying the Phoenix Force to the broader cosmic narrative. This phase would culminate in Avengers Galactic War, where the Avengers, the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and the Guardians of the Galaxy unite to stop Thanos and Galactus. This would be the MCU's biggest and most epic battle yet. Phase 4, the New Era. After the cosmic chaos, Phase 4 would bring things back to Earth. Spider-Man Homecoming in 2020 would focus on Peter Parker's personal struggles in a post-galactic world, returning to a more grounded, street-level approach. The X-Men would also take center stage in X-Men Utopia, exploring how mutants integrate into a society still reeling from cosmic threats. The emphasis would be on rebuilding and adapting, with new heroes emerging in Spider-Man and the Young Avengers as they take up the mantle from the original Avengers. And as the MCU moves forward, a new Earth-based threat would arise in Doctor Doom, Sovereign of Latveria, where Doctor Doom becomes a global menace, setting the stage for future conflicts. So, what if Marvel had all their characters from the start? We might have seen a more balanced and cohesive Marvel universe, with deeper storylines, more complex villains, and a stronger connections to the characters we love. While the MCU we have today is incredible, it's fascinating to imagine what could have been. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite movies and shows. Let me know in the comments what you think about this alternative MCU. Until next time, stay super.